Welcome back to the Bank Shot. It's your host Jaden and
Jorge, can you hear me?
it was delayed, but it's alright, it's alright.
Alright.
Um and we're ending the end of the NBA season. Minimum 4 games, maximum 16. What are your
Seven.
thoughts, man?
Seven. Seven.
I mean seven, my bad. Yo, that's crazy. Maximum seven, maximum seven. Um
Yeah, you got it. You got it. You got it. Um. Oh wait, what did you ask me?
how you feeling, man? It's only maximum seven, minimum four. How you
You
feeling?
know, I'm excited. Next season I'll miss the NBA, but my Mets are performing great. So you know what I'm saying? They smacked the Yankees around, and
That's rare
um,
though. That's rare.
nah, not in recent years. It has not been rare. Yankees has been getting the ass handed by the Mets,
Hey man.
and I miss the NBA
At least you got another
obviously.
sports
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna miss the NBA though.
for sure. I need to get into some sports. I might start watching football or baseball or something. I gotta watch another sport.
I mean, the only sport that's gonna be going on is baseball. Hockey is by the end. They're in the finals right now. They're in the Stanley Cup. I don't really I don't really watch hockey, but I know they're in the Stanley Cup right now. Yeah.
Hey man. Well, like I said, for me, I don't watch any other sports, so it's gonna be pretty boring. November, September.
Yeah. Nah, I feel you. I feel you.
I don't. Damn. I really not gonna have anything to do or anything to watch. Um, but this season has definitely been very interesting. It's a very unique season. You know, not the shortest, but is one of the shortest seasons. Full of rigged and with injuries, mostly in the playoffs, some in the regular season. Um, I seen a post. It was like maybe LeBron was right. Maybe they should have postponed the season. To give those players more breaks.
Yeah.
Because look who got injured. People were saying, "Oh, LeBron said that just because he was hurt and his team lost." But look, Kyrie got injured, LeBron got injured, Anthony.
Anthony Davis, bro. Yeah, that's what people are saying that the Suns have an easy ass path to the finals, bro. Like they did not face one healthy team. Like Lakers,
Yeah, man,
AD
Jamal,
injured. Like
Kawhi. It's crazy how many players actually got injured. Um, yeah, man. Hopefully, I mean everything's gonna go back to regular next season. But hopefully we don't get as many injuries. Hopefully the players who got injured come back fine.
yeah,
Because we had a couple serious injuries. We had Jamal Murray with his tear, Kawhi with his tear. We have who else? Who else had like Joel Embiid with his MCL, I think it was, or meniscus, his
yeah.
slight meniscus tear.
Danny
And it's
Green.
crazy.
People forgot about Danny Green. He had to miss a lot of games. Like,
Danny Green. There's a bunch of players. Jalen Brown, a whole bunch.
yeah,
Um, but the next season is full of new opportunities. Kemba Walker back on his like a team that he could own. Even though I don't think he should be the main guy. I feel like they should do what they did with Al Horford and Kemba Walker. I mean Al Horford and Chris Paul.
Al Horford didn't really play though
Um,
this year.
he didn't play as much, but when he did play, his numbers were actually pretty decent. I only know because I was in a league for basketball, and he was just going crazy. He actually was doing pretty good, doing double doubles and stuff. It was actually pretty good.
That's valid. Yeah, I feel like they're gonna do the same thing they did with Chris Paul, where You know he gets value back up, then they trade his ass for some picks and all that shit. But yeah.
Yeah. What do you
Um,
think Kemba could go if he like gets his value?
um,
You think they could trade for Lonzo?
I don't know because we don't know where Lonzo's going. So I mean, it depends on
Right.
the team.
Definitely not Damian Lillard.
Yeah. I don't
What
know.
about you think Ben Simmons?
Hell no, bro. If I'm Philly, I'm not trading for Kemba Walker. If I'm getting prime Kemba, then sure, but I'm not trading no. I think he's in his 30s now. He's earning so much money. I'm not really doing that. Unless, nah, I'd rather have Malcolm Brogdon, if I'm being honest. You know?
Maybe you trade him for more picks, like a lot of picks, though. Because Kemba's not trash anymore. I mean, Kemba's not trash, but he's not as good as he used to be. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Hold on. So yeah, you know, Kemba. Let's see. He's definitely gonna have a coming out season because there's no way he could play worse than what he did. But we'll see.
Yeah.
Um,
The NBA
who
Finals?
else is
Wanna
gonna
talk
be
about the NBA
interesting?
Finals?
Yeah, we could talk about the NBA Finals now.
All right.
Uh, Going back to injuries, Giannis as well. Giannis got injured. Hyperextended leg. I still to this day do not know what that is, but it sounds painful.
I just saw that
It
his leg
looked
was
painful
swollen
for
as
sure.
hell. I saw that he was holding
It's
that the
swollen
thing.
crazy.
It's swollen crazy. I mean, it's not like some like, but you can tell it's swollen. You know. Last time I checked, that was
For
like 3
sure.
days ago.
Um, Gotta give props to Chris Middleton, man, and Drew Holiday stepping up.
Yeah, and Brooke Lopez.
Um,
He turned into Nets Brooke Lopez, bro.
Brook
Going to
Lopez
the
again.
you know that game he scored 33.
Brook Lopez again.
He only
Yeah.
he only shot 1 3. He was going at Clint Capella, and it worked. He turned into the vintage Brooke
Brook
Lopez. I
Lopez is
mess
still a
with
dog.
that. Yeah,
Still a dog, man.
nah, for real.
Trey Young injured as well. Bruise
I feel
bone
like that was like
ankle.
a freak injury though. Like I'm not blaming
It
that
was. It was.
on the NBA shortened shit. That was just a freak incident.
That wasn't because of anything, but it's still very interesting. I feel if he was healthy and Giannis wasn't playing, they still game 6, and they force a
They did play
Giannis
game
return to
6.
game 7. No, I'm saying they win, like the Hawks.
But Trey Young did play game 6 though, and they lost.
I know. I said healthy though, like
Like
not
100%. Yeah.
his speed.
Nah, I feel it, yeah.
I feel like they win game 6 and force 7. They might even force Giannis to come back. I don't think he will come back.
Can we talk about this shit though, bro? Like
Uh,
we're finally in the NBA. Like that's really crazy, bro. Like we're here.
sure.
Like not it might like it doesn't sound crazy, but like when you really think about it, we're in like you know NBA
Yeah,
finals
everything
shit,
that's
bro.
happened this year, we finally made it, man.
Yeah,
Feels like an accomplishment, an achievement. You know.
I'm happy, bro.
Prediction.
I'm happy for the Suns, for y'all. Even though I'm not messing with the Suns that much, but like because they're fans. But I'm happy for them. I'm happy for them. I'm happy for the Bucks. I've never seen a toxic ass Giannis. Well, I have, but I'm not really
I've seen
counting.
a lot of toxic Giannis fans.
You
You'd be surprised how many.
there's like one account. It's called like Giannis fan, and like he's one of those like
I know what you're
troll
talking about.
accounts. Like, BGN, Bo's got next.
Yeah.
He's one of those accounts. That's the only Giannis fan I know. That man, bro. But
I know I've seen a couple toxic Giannis fans, mostly on Instagram though. Instagram has a lot of.
I'm not really on my bad. Instagram. I'm not really on NBA Instagram. Like I'm mostly on NBA Twitter. Like I don't know. I probably could have just barely on Instagram like that.
The thing about NBA Instagram and NBA Twitter, The difference is Twitter, yeah, is more free, so you can say what you want. So
Nah.
you'll get you get insulted, you get freaking violated on there. It don't matter. They blur out any word, like just they whatever. But with Instagram, you have to pick and choose what you say. So some of the insults are just hilarious. Like it'll make no sense because they can't say anything that they want. And then I think that Twitter NBA fans are more intelligent than Instagram NBA fans because the Instagram fans I've only run into like two who really knew what they were talking about. Besides that, they were just casuals. But hey, but yeah, I've
Nah, I
seen a
feel
lot of
yeah.
times.
One thing that I don't mess with though. Actually, no. If I say it, we're gonna go into another different conversation. I was talking about cancel culture and that TikTok bullshit, but I don't really want to talk about that shit
Yeah,
right
we
now.
can't. There's not our platform, man.
Yeah,
Maybe in a different. Maybe we started another podcast. We just talk about life.
probably.
That'd be cool.
I don't know.
Um,
So what do you tell me? What do you think gonna happen in the finals? Who you got? Who you want?
I
You know,
I feel like 1-1. It goes 1-1. Giannis returns game 3. The Suns win. It goes 2-1. 2-2. And then the Suns win the next 2 games. So 6-2.
so you said the Suns are winning in 6.
Yeah.
Do you want the Suns to win? Yeah. Who you want to win? Do you want the Bucks to win or the Suns to win?
I don't have a particular favorite. This is the
So
finals. I'm not rooting against anybody.
you wouldn't want. All right, this is a better question. Do you want to see Giannis get his first ring, or
Chris Paul,
you rather have Chris Paul?
100%. Giannis is still young.
Yeah, I
Who
could see.
knows
I
how
know
many
what.
more
Yeah.
years Chris Paul got?
Nah, I feel.
You
I
know?
feel. Yeah.
And also, if Chris Paul wins, then all they really need left to get a ring is Carmelo.
I mean, there's a lot of people. You know, like
No,
if
no,
it's
no. I'm
a
talking about the banana boat.
the banana mode,
Yeah, man.
is
You
Carmelo
know,
gonna win a ring
you know
though?
the story of that. It depends on what team he goes to.
If he
I
goes
could
to the
see him.
Lakers,
The Lakers are interesting.
I would love to see that.
I could also see him on the Nuggets. Um, that's it. Honestly, the Lakers and the Nuggets.
No
I don't see
Nets?
him going to Brooklyn.
Why
I don't
not?
see him going because he has soil in New York Knicks. The Knicks, you know, it just won't sit
Mm.
right if he goes to Brooklyn.
I mean, Kevin Durant went to the Golden State though. They were like they were that's like the Boston and Yankee type shit. At that time period, they had a crazy ass rivalry.
I mean, Kevin Durant. I never thought he'll go to OKC. I mean, to the Warriors. So you're right. The NBA is unpredictable, but we've seen Melo for so many years. I feel like it's not in him, or like that's not the type of guy he is to do that. You know, so I don't see him going to Brooklyn.
All right.
Once again, I could be wrong.
For the NBA finals, I want the Bucks to win. I'm a Giannis guy, been high on him for a while.
I'm in the game.
Well, all right. I'm gonna do the who I want and who I think is gonna win. So I'm pretty sure Giannis is gonna miss game 1, right? So that, in my opinion, Suns will win that tonight. So I feel like even if he does play, the Suns are still gonna win. You know, I feel like he's gonna have like the James Harden effect. Like he was there, but he wasn't really contributing
He
that
wasn't
much.
there.
Yeah, I feel like Giannis' injury is less than James Harden's though. I feel like he's not gonna be as ass as Harden was if he does come back. Um, but yeah, I do have the Suns winning today. Hopefully, I'm wrong. Go Bucks. But I have I think it's gonna be a 7-game series. This team, in my opinion, even though the Bucks, I think they do have a more complete team than the Suns, and the Bucks have a lot more playoff experience. I know that hasn't mattered this playoff series because they're all brand new and they've been playing great. But it's the NBA Finals. You know, I'm not saying they're gonna be ass, but the Bucks have more playoff DNA in them. So I feel like Bucks in 7. Giannis plays 6 games, and I feel like he'll win Finals MVP.
It's interesting you say that because if the Bucks win and Middleton wins Finals MVP, I don't know, man. I don't know about Giannis, man.
What do you mean you don't know about Giannis?
Because yeah, he have the ring, but no Finals MVP. I don't know.
Curry doesn't have a ring.
Because Middleton,
I mean, he doesn't have a Finals MVP.
right?
You said what?
You're right, but Middleton, he could very well win Finals MVP. Actually,
That's valid. Listen.
Again,
That's valid. A ring is like for me, a ring is a ring, right? Sure, like you said, Kyrie, it was the second best player on that Cavs team in 2016, right? He didn't win Finals MVP, but he mattered a lot, right? And if Chris Middleton wins Finals MVP, he wins Finals MVP. I feel like that wouldn't diminish it when you put context into it. He'd miss a game. He wasn't 100%. So I feel like people will hold it against him if we're talking about like GOAT debate. Oh, he didn't win Finals MVP, but you got to put context into it. Curry was 100%. Well, maybe not 2016. He was 100%. He was like 90%, but he was 100, basically 100% in all those final series. He didn't win Finals MVP.
That's the only year. That's the only year that is like people say it should have gone to Curry.
20. What year?
2015. When they won in 2015.
I'm beyond. I wasn't like.
That's the only year people like. I don't know about Iguodala. They should give it to Curry. Besides that, it went to the best player.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I'll play Chris Middleton, yo. I like that guy.
Chris Middleton's a cool dude. I was talking to one of my friends. He said that the Bucks are way more exciting when Giannis is not playing.
I don't know about that.
I think he has a point because Middleton is a fun guy. He's a fun guy to watch.
You said last time he was boring as hell. You said the only thing you saw him play where he was like, oh shit, was when he hit that fadeaway.
It's because he never was the main guy. I never seen him as the main guy. Now seeing him in these last 2 games as the main guy, having to be the person on in front of the team, I'm like, wow, this guy's actually pretty entertaining. Because when you don't see that the second best player take over as the first best player, then in your head you're like, okay, he's obviously good, obviously, but he's just not, that guy.
He's always the main guy in the last 2 minutes of the game.
I guess so.
He's the closer for the Bucks. He's always that main guy.
Yeah, I know he is. It's just even no matter what it is, bro, it's still gonna be Giannis's team. It's never gonna be Middleton's team.
Yeah.
That's
like Michael Jordan.
Yeah, it's always gonna be Jordan's team, never Scotty's team. That's why when LeBron went to Miami, it wasn't Dwayne Wade's team, it was LeBron's team.
No, it was Dwayne Wade's team. It just LeBron was a better player. Like KD, when he went to the Warriors, that was Curry's team.
I mean,
but KD was the better player.
In that example, yeah, that was Curry's team. But that wasn't D-Wade's team in 2012, 2013, and 2014. That was LeBron's team.
What do you mean by team?
Like that's his team. Like when they talk about the Heat, it was LeBron, then Dwayne Wade. When you're talking about the Warriors, it would be Curry, KD. You know what I mean?
So when you think about those big 3, you think about more about LeBron than Dwayne Wade?
Yeah, I think about Dwayne Wade, of course. He's the second best player on that team, but the first person I talk about is LeBron.
So why when the Warriors you think about Curry when KD was there, but not the same for the Heat?
I don't know, because Curry gives me like a different vibe from D Wade. Because all right, so Dwayne Wade, right? He had his shine, well, not shine, but he had his moments when he won in 2006, right?
Yeah.
And then after that, he was there. He was obviously still competing. He was making it to the playoffs and stuff. But he kind of like faded out. You know what I mean? Until LeBron got there. Unless I'm
I mean,
tripping.
he almost won MVP though
Unless
after
I'm tripping, you can let me
2006.
know.
Like, he averaged
Yeah,
it.
but like he was still fading out in my opinion. Because even with Curry barely making the playoffs, Curry was still a notable name. I might be tripping because I was a fucking 2 years old, 3, 4, 5 when he was like playing on the Heat by himself. So I might be tripping. I might be fucking whatever it up.
Yeah, I
Like
just
fuck
feel like
like
because
messing it up.
you became a Heat fan. I mean, you became an
'Cause
NBA fan when LeBron was with the Heat, so you probably know him for that shit.
yeah, I didn't even know who Dwayne Wade was when I started watching ball.
Yeah, so just
Honestly,
yeah, that shit.
I knew I knew about LeBron because my dad hated LeBron.
Bro, I only knew about LeBron because Trey and our other man's Jaden, another Jaden, like we were this friend group, bro, and they hated LeBron so much, bro. Like you could ask because he's a Spurs fan. And
Of
Jaden,
course.
he hated LeBron, so he was rooting for the Spurs, obviously, all those years. And they were like, yeah. When LeBron lost 2014. Oh, speaking about Trey, he entering right now. Hold on. I did ask this man. He said, oh yeah.
Yes, sir. Trey Dollar, Trey Money Man.
Yo, Trey.
Yeah.
Love to see it, yo.
I was telling Jaden how back in elementary school you used to be hating on LeBron crazy. Remember you and
Chill.
Jaden and with Jaden Wilson?
I mean, I didn't hate I wasn't a fan of him, but I didn't hate him.
Yo, bro,
I'm
do you
not gonna
not?
sit here. I'm not gonna sit here and hop on the bandwagon and stuff. Like, you feel me?
Bro, don't you remember when they were going against the Spurs, bro?
Yeah, but he's going against one of my favorite teams, bro. Of course.
No,
I
you were
mean, that's
like
kind of like
LeBron is
being a Knicks
ass.
fan when
Bro.
Jordan went against your team.
I mean, yeah, but bro, that's a trait. You know, you and Jaden Wilson is the reason I even knew about LeBron. I remember in the lunchroom, oh yeah, LeBron's ass. Like, fuck LeBron. And I'm
Nigga
like, yo,
said
bro,
LeBron.
like, what's going on, bro?
Nah, it's crazy because I was talking about basketball around that time, and people were telling me about LeBron, and they hated LeBron like so much, and I wanted to see why they hated him so much. But then I seen him play. I'm like, yo, this nigga, yo, he's nice. Like he's nice. And I was like, I can't hate him. I cannot hate him. He's freaking amazing. And
Now
yeah,
people hated him because you know that when he left that Cleveland team to go to Miami.
yeah,
Now, that was
that's
just I never hated him for that. I don't even blame him. Second best player, Augustus, I'll leave too. Horrible.
I'm not gonna lie. It's interesting. He shouldn't get as much hate as people give him for that, because the team sucked. It was so
You see,
bad.
KD, he left the Thunder to go to
That's
the
different.
Warriors. Nobody is going as crazy as they did with LeBron. Like, I don't understand that.
Yo,
And
bro,
now he's on the
that was
Nets.
really crazy, bro. That's why I don't mess with KD, bro. I respect his
See,
game. I like.
KD's still funny as hell though. You see what he said?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Man,
like
what he
the
said?
day marks 5 years when Kevin Durant left for the Warriors. It's like, was this shit a holiday or something?
Yeah,
Like,
like, bro, man,
that was funny.
bro.
But KD's still funny as hell. I'm not gonna lie.
Nah,
KD's
he
a
is
funny
funny.
ass dude.
I remember when he signed, right? And I'm like, I saw
Ooh.
that shit. It ruined my whole day. Sebastian, so he posted some shit on Snapchat. It's like, yeah, and I'm like,
Right. You know Sebastian was ready.
Bro, I was outside in Riverbank when that happened. And then all I seen was Kevin Durant to the Warriors, and I thought it was a troll. And then I seen him like with the jersey, and like, bro, I was like, oh my God.
To be honest, I didn't even believe it. I did not believe that.
That
And
shit
then-
was so ass, bro.
And then I seen it confirmed. I was like, yes, no point in watching NBA no more. What are you watching for? You know who's gonna win the finals this year. And there was still people arguing that the Cavs is gonna beat them. I don't understand.
Nah, even I knew that. I was talking to Kenneth because we were the biggest Warriors haters, right? Me and Kenneth were talking like we were like, yeah, bro, like the Cavs are losing. I was like Warriors in 6. He was like Warriors in 7, but yeah, Warriors are winning either way.
Then they won in
ended up
like
being
5
Warriors
that
in
year.
5. That's
Everybody
real
knew they was making it to the final. Everybody knew. There was no point in watching that.
Yo, yeah, I remember when they signed Cousins too.
When they signed
bro, that was
Cousins,
crazy.
I thought Cousins was gonna be crazy for them. He ended up getting injured and playing trash.
Over a
was
rebound, right?
Yeah,
Some shit like that, bro. You know what's
Something
crazy
happened.
though? They had an all NBA team starting lineup. All NBA
they
team
did.
starting lineup, bro. Like
Yeah, they really did.
that's arguably the best team of all time. That is the best team of all time.
I don't
yeah,
know why
no
they
other
keep-
team had that shit.
They keep comparing them to them Bulls team, talking about the Bulls team better. Like,
You really cannot compare them. Like, bro,
KD will smack anyone in that team, bro. No one's guarding Curry, KD, Clay. Like, yo, bro, what? Come on.
imagine you put them all in their prime too. A prime DeMarcus Cousins. Oh my goodness.
you remember those PlayStation parties? They said the Lakers with Shaq and Kobe was winning. Remember that?
I saw that shit, bro. That shit pissed me off. I feel like everyone said that shit except me and Trey. Some shit like
I mean,
that.
if it's the team like how it was actually, is Warriors in 6? Because Shaq is nice, bro. Like no matter what you say, Shaq is that dude.
He got stopped by
But-
6'7" Ben Wallace.
That was one time. I know what you're talking about. That block. Draymond isn't as strong as Ben Wallace.
Didn't Nate Robinson block that nigga too? I mean, he was a bit old.
I think that was Yao Ming.
Yeah, that was Yao Ming.
Oh yeah, that was Yao Ming. Yeah,
Yeah.
Nah, Nate Robinson. Speaking of Nate Robinson, man,
he do got the bungees though.
I feel bad for how his career ended, but he was nice for his time, man.
Jake Paul knocked his ass out. I think
His
they
career,
ended up
his
at
career
round
didn't
2
end
or
on the
some
court.
shit,
That
bro.
shit ended in boxing.
Make sure nigga said, make sure you like and subscribe, and then knock them out. That's crazy.
It was really crazy. He said, "I'm doing this for all my people. Y'all gonna be real surprised." We was
He let
surprised.
us go down.
At least he ain't lie. At least he ain't lie. We was surprised.
I definitely was surprised.
I
That
thought it was gonna
shows
be like
like-
some round 7, some round 6 shit. Or
I
something.
thought it was gonna go to decision, and then he just got knocked out.
Yeah,
Nah,
bro.
I still had Jake Paul in
Nigga
that fight because like he's a different breed when it comes to this YouTube boxing shit. But he got knocked out. I didn't expect a knockout. I really did not expect a knockout. Like that shit.
I
was-
don't think Jake Paul is as good as people think he is.
Well, he's gonna fight.
He's gonna lose.
Talking about Tyron Woodley.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, he's gonna fight Woodley.
he's gonna lose.
Yeah, I don't know
Are you
why
sure?
he's doing
Every-
that.
are
Did you
you
see?
sure,
Did you see his highlights?
Woodley's.
Yeah, did you see his
Tyron
highlights?
Woodley.
Yeah.
He's actually a boxer. Like in the MMA, he's actually a boxer.
I don't know
Like-
why he challenged Tyron Woodley, bro.
I
He
would
got
do the
hands.
same shit, bro. He gets no respect. Like he hasn't
mean-
lost a fight.
But look who he's faced though. He's faced Nate Robinson, who not a boxer. He
And
faced
Askren, who was just a grappler.
yeah, his man does
Nah,
submission.
but I know y'all remember. I don't know if you remember, but like when he was going against Ben Askren, everyone picked Ben Askren. Well, so many people did because he's facing an actual MMA. He got slapped first round. He got.
I already
It's
knew he was a
because-
grappler.
It's because nobody wants to see Jake Paul win.
Nah, that's true.
You gotta give him his respect though. If he,
You gotta give him his
I
respect.
give him respect. He's trying to fight people out of the.
But I need him
Yeah.
for me to give him full respect. I need him to fight an actual boxer. Like if it was Jake Paul versus Mayweather, bro.
okay, that's different though. He's boxing the greatest boxer arguably of all time. So like
But Logan could do it.
Logan got destroyed though. he got.
I just don't want to see.
Exactly.
I just don't want to see him talk about something. He want to fight Gervonta Davis, bro. I just don't want to see that.
Alright,
It's
so
not
what
gonna
it-
end well.
What if he beats Woodley? Then he'll have y'all respect.
He's gonna keep on gaining my respect the more wins. he gets.
Yeah, if he beats Woodley, he definitely got my respect.
For sure. I'm gonna
Does he-
call him a real boxer.
Does he
Now
have your
Dana
respect
White
right
can't
now?
talk that shit no more.
Not
Dana-
fully. Partial respect.
I mean, like he has my respect because he's trying to fight people. He's not just trying to fight YouTubers no more. Feel me?
Because you see, if he kept it on the YouTube stage, I'd be like, all right, he's probably the best YouTube boxer. But you know, he's trying to branch out. I guess he's doing his thing. McGregor would destroy him.
Yeah, I don't think he's the best YouTube boxer.
I mean,
Nah.
McBroom and DDG's low key nice.
But I know you didn't say McBroom, bro.
What's his name?
No, I know who you're talking about. Austin McBroom. Yeah, you said
Austin,
it right.
right?
Yeah. But
He's
you-
nice.
Jake Paul will put him to sleep, bro. He will
Nah,
put him to sleep.
I don't.
He's not putting
I don't
Dean
think.
to-
I don't think Jake Paul beats DDG though.
Nah.
DDG,
He will
yo,
beat him. He will beat him.
DDG he's not gonna get knocked out though.
But he
He's not gonna
lose.
get knocked out.
But he'd
They
get
both-
destroyed, bro.
It'll be close.
Nah, it would be close, but
What about Jarvis?
Bro,
he said
no,
Jarvis.
bro. He got
Nah,
first of all.
Ass.
Bro, but those people actually trained and like box for real.
All right, let me tell you the people you name. Jarvis, the guy he knocked out, he was wearing eye contact and he got punched the first round. They got out, so he was fighting blind. That's why he got knocked out. DDG, he had no boxing like rhythm. He just was like, if you saw the fight, like he was doing
That
well.
wasn't his fault, bro.
Wait,
That
what happened?
dude literally was every time he swung.
Because DDG got power, yo. He's strong as hell. Like
Just
actually,
because you're strong, you're not gonna do good in a box.
I mean, if you combine strength with technique, bro,
that's what I'm saying.
He has
He
raw
has no technique though.
Yes, he
He
do.
got no.
he
Bro.
do. He actually does.
Did you not see his other fights?
Yeah, sleeping on Jake Paul. He would knock anyone
Nah,
out.
I
And
said.
He's
now
not
that
knocking
TikTok
anyone.
YouTuber fight, bro, he beat
He's
anyone.
not knocked. The
You said
only people
he's
he's knocking
beating
out
the
is
Great?
TikTok.
He was in the
beating Dean the
TikTok YouTuber fight.
Well, who?
Who?
Dean?
Yeah,
Bro, they won't allow him in there because he's literally training boxers right now. Like some YouTuber boxers, they won't allow him because it's not fair.
no, he's not there because he's not relevant. He like
Who?
the Trey said Dean the Great.
Who's that?
He's like a boxing YouTuber type shit.
That's not fair.
Um,
His YouTube,
That's what I'm-
his YouTube channel surrounded
That's
around
what I'm
boxing.
saying. He's talking about
That's
he's
not
not
fair.
there because he's not relevant, but it's not. He's not there because it's not going to be fair.
Because, bro, besides McBroom, Bryce Hall, DDG, and Jarvis, and Comedy Shorts Gamer, that's the only people I know that was there. I don't know anybody else there.
Yeah, I did not
I
know
know.
anybody else.
And I only named one TikTok guy.
Bro. So yeah, all right, hold on. I mean, that's because you're not really like on the like. You don't watch like YouTubers. I mean, not YouTubers. Like TikTok. You know the famous
do not
famous
wanna watch-
TikTokers.
I don't want to watch grown men dance to songs.
No, but I'm saying they're like pop culture things. Like you know, someone like Elvis Presley, like you know of him, but it's not like you gotta listen to his music. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I know of Elvis Presley because he's Elvis Presley. I don't know anything about any of them. I only know Bryce Hall because of Addison Rae.
They just got more clout than Dean the Great. They all have like 10 million plus subscribers. I mean followers.
I know that. They was counting out the numbers and stuff.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Jaden, so
It is.
you think Jarvis would beat Jake Paul?
Nah. But
That's it.
he'll handle his own. He'll lose,
Yeah, he'll lose, but
he won't get
it
I
might
don't
be a
think
knockout.
the people I named, I don't think they'll get knocked out. They'll lose though. The closest one will be probably either DDG or McBroom.
Yeah.
Because
bro.
McBroom actually fights. He actually fights.
You know, he was an
Yeah.
NBA player, like an actual one. He used to play college ball. I didn't know that.
He played college. That's why he has his money. He has
Uh,
mad endorsements.
Yeah, Trey, Mick Broom, he has a whole
Oh, I didn't
highlight
know.
reel on YouTube, like actual college shit. I did not know that.
He's nice.
Yeah, I saw that shit, bro.
He used to play football too, like a little bit of football, and he actually fights. He you know. Before we continue, Trey, what's your prediction for the finals, man? You got
I got Suns winning in either game 7 or game 6. Feel me?
Is that who you think is gonna win or who you want to win?
Both.
Alright.
I don't know, man. If Chris Paul wasn't on the Suns, I wouldn't care about the Suns. I'm not gonna lie.
I've always messed with the Suns. I
never cared for the Suns ever.
why I always mess with D-Bug, like that whole shit. You know, when
D-Book is
DeAndre
cool.
Ayton came. Yeah.
D-Book is cool for sure.
I miss Steve Nash.
My boy Steve Nash, bro.
I want to see D-Lo, Cat, and D-Book on the same team.
I don't think it's ever gonna happen at this point.
Yeah.
It can.
How?
All they gotta do is make that trip. Nah, D-Book's not going nowhere if they win the finals though. So.
If they lose, Devin Booker could leave in 2 years.
I think he wants to be when he first came in as a rookie, he said he wants to like be a Sun lifer.
Porzingis said he wants to be a Knicks for life.
That's different because he had no success with the Knicks. What the Suns are doing right now, that's successful. Making the finals.
They just went from not making the playoffs to being in the finals.
That's the Chris Paul effect, man. Chris Paul, go.
What I just don't like about that is when he was actually in his prime, nobody was, going crazy for him and stuff.
That's a fact.
He only got appreciation when he like stopped playing.
You said when he stopped playing?
I mean, when he like got older, like because he's not in his prime no more. He's still viable. He's still
he's doing great.
But he's not in his prime. A prime Chris Paul is the best point by far.
He plays the role
better than Curry.
I mean, like
I think
not better, but like
I think
he plays the point guard role the best. Like
okay, that makes more sense. He plays it the best. Okay,
I think he's better than Curry. Prime Chris Paul against prime Curry. Chris Paul's a better passer, better defender. Curry only has shooting on him.
You could say that for anyone though. I saw a person do the same argument on why James Harden is better than Curry, right? Wait, keep talking. I'm gonna see if I can find this shit. Hold on. But are you saying why he's better?
I mean, Chris Paul's also never really played with as good as teammates as Curry, which is not Curry's fault. Because besides Kevin Durant, everybody there was drafted there, If Chris Paul was with Kobe, we're having a different conversation. Actually. If Chris Paul was able to play with Kobe.
Or if he was able to play with LeBron like they would want to.
Yeah. LeBron or Curry, we're having a different conversation. Entirely.
I found it.
We're talking.
I mean, we're just gonna be seeing them passing back and forth, though. To be honest,
gonna
be playing volleyball with the defenders, monkey in the middle.
Okay, so this guy was Jaden, Bo's got next. So the Twitter guy, Bo's got next, the troller.
Yeah.
So he was like, look, this is why Harden's better than Curry.
I mean, he's a troll though.
I know, but like I'm just saying, like, just how, like, because you said the same thing when it came to like comparing Curry and Chris Paul. So you said, look, playmaking, dunking, assisting, inside scoring, rebounding, steals, perimeter defense, post defense, all Harden. And I'm like, yeah, you're right about that, right? But then I was like, you could say that about Russell Westbrook. It doesn't make him better than Curry. Russell Westbrook is better than everything that Curry does except for shooting. Just because someone's a better overall player doesn't make them a better player. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, a prime Chris Paul, man. You seem to forget.
Bro,
like I said, if you take Curry, if you give Chris Paul a similar opportunity to play with really good players, he wins.
Draymond Green is only as good as he is because I know. Draymond Green is only as good as he is because of Stephen Curry. You saw what happened when he's not with Curry.
I mean, he still did his thing though.
Because of Curry. No, you're talking about last year. He was ass last year. He needs.
I'm not even talking about last year. I'm talking about when they were winning championships. Draymond Green, he's gonna be as best as your best player. So if your best player is garbage, he's gonna be garbage.
Look,
That's the type of player he is. He's gonna be as best as your best player. If your best player is Stephen Curry, he's gonna be as best as Steph Curry. He's gonna be as good as Steph Curry. He's gonna play. He's gonna be
I know
as
what you
many
mean, but
points
like
as Curry puts up.
you kind of
It
worded it
sounds
like,
crazy, but it sounds crazy, but in reality, he's as best as his best teammate. He's gonna strive depending on who he plays with.
I understand what you mean, but you kind of worded it crazy though. You said he's as good as Steph Curry, but I understand what you mean though. I understand what you mean.
Because if he plays with James Harden, for example, he's gonna be what James Harden needs him to be. A defender, facilitate, not even facilitate. He's gonna turn into a spot up. Draymond Green, his best player was Kevin Durant. He didn't need to score because he realizes he has Curry, he has Clay, and Kevin Durant. Yo, speaking of,
Right.
on LeBron James podcast, The Shop, he said it. They was like, yo, people be saying, yo, Draymond, why you don't shoot? Why you don't shoot?
I saw
Like,
that.
if I
Yeah.
got the best motherfucking shooter on my team, what do I need to shoot for? I don't need to
But-
shoot.
For
Bro,
Exactly.
if Chris Paul was ever as good as Stephen Curry, he would have at least one MVP. And it's not even the teammates
He's always gone there.
because it's
He's always been there,
that
yo.
was one time, and he was second in MVP. That's the closest he's ever been. He was never second in voting in MVP after that or before that. You're saying right now because Curry had better opportunities. He had Klay Thompson and
Second best shooter of
Draymond
all
Green
time.
and Draymond
One of the
Green,
best
right?
defenders of all time.
And that's cool and all. But if it weren't for Curry, they wouldn't be in that position. I feel like you forgot. But look,
Because you need that main guy. You still need that main guy.
oh yeah, but I feel like you forgot how good those New Orleans Pelicans team had. They had all-star. They had all NBA players. But
Who?
Chris Paul, David West, and Peter Stojakovic.
he's talking about before they became the Pelicans,
Yeah,
the Hornets.
the Hornets. Yeah.
Said
Those were
David West?
all-star. Yeah, those were all-star players.
Oh, David
That was
West.
an old pager. And
That Peja was 30. If you think that's old, then
pretty
sure.
old. That's pretty old. Because
No.
he got bad pretty fast. When he left the Kings, his points per game went down, his averages all went down.
Oh, but 30 is not in NBA
They
terms.
talking about Stojakovic?
Yeah, Stojakovic.
I mean, for him though, his play style, he got worse.
No, because his play style is shooting. That's why Ray Allen played so many years. His thing is shooting. You know, his game. You don't need to be 20
Screen
to play. Yeah, you don't need to be 20 to play like Ray Allen, but you have to be young to play like Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook can't be 38 doing what he does now. He's gonna have to do something if he wants to be playing that long. David West, you sleeping on David West,
So-
bro?
As an argument for David West as well as DeAndre Jordan. Chris Paul makes the centers he plays with into all NBA centers and all stars.
Yeah, I feel
That's
you.
what he does.
Because they are getting the ball a lot when he's facilitating.
Exactly. Why do you think so? Perfect example. When John Wall was still on the Wizards and he was healthy, what's his name to do with the Mohawk?
Oh, Gortat.
Gortat. Why do you think he got so much money? Because John Wall was dishing that ball to him all the time. Why do you think Steven Adams got that money? Because Westbrook was dishing the ball down to him all the time. That's the type of player that Chris Paul is. He makes the players around him better.
Even without
His
Chris Paul,
assistant
though,
part-
David West was still doing great. Remember the Pacer days? He was a big reason why they almost beat the Heat in the playoffs.
How old was David West on the Hornets?
He started when he was 23, ended when he was 30.
Okay. All right. Hey, man. I feel like Chris Paul deserves more credit. I think prime Chris Paul could compete with a Curry, with a prime Curry.
And he could definitely compete.
Put Stephen Curry on that Pelicans team, that Hornets team.
They don't do anything.
They
barely make the playoffs.
okay, no. They don't win the finals, because the Spurs and the Lakers were still a thing at this point. But they compete better in my opinion.
What year was that?
What year? What year?
What were the years?
Oh, that Chris Paul was with the Hornets?
Uh-huh.
Hold on. It was from 2006 to 2011. So those were
So in those years, you got the Lakers, the Spurs, you got the Suns, you got the Kings even. You got
at this point the Kings were shit. That was the early 2000s.
wasn't the Kings with Mike Bibby and them?
Yeah, but like their prime, like you know what I'm saying? Like
What was their prime?
Was the early 2000s.
Talking about Chris
2001.
Webber.
Yeah. Look, when Chris Paul made his debut, they were at 44 and 38. And that was the highest win total they ever had since Chris Paul, his rookie year.
So you got the Lakers, the Kings, you got the Suns, you got who else? I'm trying to think of really good teams because there were good teams. I'm just forgetting at this time.
Yeah. It's been so many years, and we was dumb young back then too.
Real talk. Besides playmaking and defense, Stephen Curry soars above.
Out of mid-range shooting.
No, hell no. You talking about inside shooting? Okay, he's a better inside shooter. No, bro.
Mid-range.
Curry, how is Curry the greatest shooter of all time?
Chris Paul is seen as like the top 5 best mid-range shooters of all time.
Bro, just because
just strictly mid-range.
You see how he says he's known for his mid-range. Stephen Curry is known for his three-pointer. That's why people don't really give him credit. Because you're known for something doesn't mean you're not as good at something else. There's a reason he's the best shooter of all time.
I mean, they're both gods at mid-range, to be honest.
Yeah, but when you think of mid-range, you think of Kevin Durant, you think of Dirk, you think of Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and Chris Paul.
That doesn't even make sense though. You don't even have Chris Paul in the top 5 best point guard of all time. You have Curry.
That has nothing to do with point guards.
What do you? No, I'm talking about at their peak. Remember, I asked you at their peak, who was the best point guards in NBA history? You had Curry, Magic.
I never made my list.
Not greatest. I'm talking about. I told you top 5 best point guards all time, and you told me Curry,
Magic, Curry.
No, that's greatest. You told me it was Curry number 1.
I know.
Curry, Magic, Russell Westbrook. Then you had. I actually forgot, but I know those were your top 3 for sure. I remember those were your top 3. You didn't have Chris Paul in your top 5. I actually put Kyrie number 5.
By saying Chris Paul's a better mid-range shooter, I'm not saying that Curry's a bad one or that Chris Paul is better than Curry.
No, you said prime Curry.
You proved it to me. You proved it to me that prime Curry is better than prime Chris Paul. But you said besides passing and defense, I said mid-range. I think Chris Paul's a better mid-range shooter than Stephen Curry because Chris Paul, his bread and butter was always the mid-range, the pull-up. It was always that.
Larry Bird's bread and butter is a 3-point shooter. It doesn't make him a better 3-point shooter than Stephen Curry, though. Actually, it doesn't make him a better 3-point shooter than Joe Harris. Joe Harris is a better 3-point shooter than Larry Bird. It doesn't make
number-wise.
It's just in general wise. I'd rather have Joe Harris take a 3-point shot than Larry Bird.
Even after this playoff series?
Easily. All right, let me ask you something. Bro, Larry Bird in this era of basketball, you put him right now. The reason why he's known as such a good 3-point
careful what you say. Careful, yo, hold on. Be careful what you say.
You're talking about because of them long tools, right?
Nah, look. You Larry Bird, even though he's known as the grandfather of 3-point shooters. Okay, you could say that. But he only took 3 threes a game. That doesn't just because. Yeah,
it's because of so. What was the average? What's the most amount of threes people took on average in the NBA at that time?
I have no idea. I could not.
They were not found of the 3-point back then.
To make an educated guess, let's say 1.5.
You said
he's making.
You said player. Like
No,
per
no,
player?
like yeah, like attempts. Attempts is probably like what 4.
He
Per
was scared to
player?
shoot
I
that
don't know.
then.
I don't know.
Like 4, and Larry Bird probably shot 5 or 6, 7.
No,
He probably shot 7
I
and
know it
made
wasn't
3.
7. I'm pretty sure his highest was like 4.
And if
But
he's making 3 threes, that's pretty good.
the most he's ever taken is 3.1. No, hold on. 3.3, but he only played 60 games that year. That's the highest.
And but he's still like, so for his time, that was a lot of threes, if I'm not mistaken.
It is, but Joe Harris is still a better three-point shooter than him. Look, just like Bill Russell would get destroyed in today's NBA,
He
but
wouldn't
he's
get
still
destroyed.
great in that era because that was his era,
He
right?
wouldn't get destroyed.
He wouldn't get destroyed, but he'd be like Hassan Whiteside, a little better Hassan Whiteside.
That's so disrespectful.
It's not AJ. You're just being
Nah,
real, bro.
he'd be better than a lot of
Bill
people.
Russell is one of the best defending centers of all time.
Yes.
Now,
but
if he was talking about like Elijah Warner and them and Shaq and them was still playing and stuff, then yeah, I'd
what do
say
you what do you think, bro? Real talk, bro. I respect Bill Russell more than a lot of people do. What is this man doing against Joel Embiid? Against Cat? He would get crucified
Defense.
against Cat. He's not bro. He would get crucified. He's gonna have to
Will
be
Chamberlain
outside.
is better than any center we have right now.
Cap. Skill wise, Cap.
oh, New Asia.
I'm telling you, bro.
I mean, we could go to
Bro,
number 90.
Will Chamberlain, bro, you're not
I mean,
serious.
we've been going to New
Will
I'm
Asia.
Chamberlain.
100% serious. He'd
Top-
probably average like 28, right? A cool 28, 26.
Why is that casual to you?
Because he's not.
That's 28 points.
The most skillful center of all time, in my opinion, is Hakeem Olajuwon.
Yes.
Right? And then notice how no one says Will Chamberlain because he wasn't. All right, because he wasn't.
But Will has the vert. He has the speed. He has the skill. Like, you sleeping on him.
So, bro, look, just how Jerry West would get destroyed in today's NBA, it just every
Even when he-
era
Bro,
gets better. Curry would crucify. Matter of fact, put Russell Westbrook, prime Russell Westbrook in the 60s, he would average 50, 20, and 20. Like it's not 40, he'd average 40, 20, and 20 like it's nothing. Real talk. And you know that's true. Russell
I'm
Westbrook would feast on the 60s. Any player in today's NBA would, bro.
On who?
Put on the any player on the 60s. Put Danwell House. He'd be a top 10 player in the NBA in the 60s. That's no disrespect. It's just that players evolve while in time. Players evolve.
all right. So players got better by years. Right?
Yes.
By generation.
Yeah.
So LeBron's better than Jordan.
You can say that. But what I'm saying is that you have to think about their era. No, I always said LeBron's better than Jordan. You know that. I've always said LeBron's the best player of all time.
I wanted to see what you would say. I just wanted to see.
I think LeBron's the best player of all time.
You said Jordan is.
No, I said Jordan's the greatest, not the best. I think LeBron is. But you gotta think about the
bro, you have to
period.
You have to give credit, bro, because so you're discrediting Bob Cousy, Bob Pettit, you're discrediting Jerry West, you're discrediting Will Chamberlain, John Havlicek, a young Elgin Baylor.
This is what I'm doing. I'm not discrediting them. I'm just saying that this is what I'm saying. In their time, they were GOATs. They were amazing, right? They were amazing. At their time, they were great. But they would get destroyed in today's NBA. You just gotta be real. They can't humans evolve, right? Players evolve. You just gotta be honest with yourself, bro. You know.
So why do you rank them so high?
Because of their greatness. Because I rate things off of how they were good at their time. You know what I'm saying?
But bro, you have to understand. So, for example, Oscar Robertson. That's What year did he in the 70s, right?
I think it was the 60s.
That's their Westbrook. I think it was the 70s
That's
because
what I'm saying.
Kareem was in the
In their time, they were
That's their Westbrook. That was their Westbrook.
in the 60s. He did play in the 70s, but when he averaged a triple doubles, that was in the 60s.
That
It
was
was in
their
the
Russell
60s,
Westbrook.
yeah. I seen it today.
That's what I'm saying. There's a
No, it was.
Bill Russell, that's their Rudy Gobert.
that was disrespectful. Like
How
that
is that disrespectful?
play
I'm
style,
saying because
sure.
you're as an example, because the best defender center we have now is Rudy Gobert. The best defender center back then in the 60s was Bill Russell. So
Alright,
I'm like, as an example. So what else? Freaking Giannis today is Will Chamberlain back then.
All right, so let me ask you something.
Incredible athleticism and vertical and speed.
I'm pretty sure you have Bob Cousy over Kyrie all time, right?
Yeah,
Who would win in a 1v1?
Kyrie Irving.
Exactly. It depends on era. You have to add context to it, right?
Okay. So
That's what I mean. That's what I'm trying to
what
say.
do you have winning a 1v1? Magic or Chris Paul?
I actually don't know. I don't know how to answer that question. I don't know because
Magic.
I don't know.
All right, to be more fair, Oscar Robertson or Russell Westbrook?
Russell Westbrook would.
Why?
Because he's faster, better athletic.
You know?
Because he just is. He's
What do you mean?
You know what? Forget the fast part. We know he's a better athleticism. He's a better 3-point shooter. He's a better mid-range shooter.
Actually, Oscar Robertson wasn't that bad of a 3-point shooter. There wasn't a 3-point line.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
On him too. He shot from that time.
I don't know about you, but I'd rather have a prime Russell Westbrook shooting a 3 that Oscar Robertson. I know for sure Oscar Robertson would probably shoot like 20% from 3 if there was like if you like
he
know
used
if
to
you put
shoot
a
from
thing.
there though.
It doesn't matter. It's not a 3. It's a 2.
I mean, it doesn't matter.
I'm telling you, bro.
So look,
they just progress fast. Like
for example, right, you're shooting from a spot that doesn't have the paint of the 3-point line, but you're still shooting from 3-point line, right? It's counted as a 2, but you're still shooting from the 3. Only thing difference is you're adding the paint for the 3. That's the only thing that's different.
All right, so I'm asking this. For your life, do you want Oscar Robertson? No. Do you want a prime Oscar? Whatever you think the best Oscar Robertson is. Okay. What do you want him shooting a 3 for your life, or do you want Russell Westbrook for shooting a 3?
Neither. They're probably both. Both miss.
Pick one.
They'll both miss. I die either way.
Prime Westbrook was not a bad 3-point shooter. 30, like he really was. But who would you rather have?
So,
like, obviously, you'd pick Russell Westbrook because he played with the 3-point line.
Obviously.
Because he plays with the 3-point line.
So, all right. So the argument of people saying Pistol Pete, right? Pete Maravich, he shot from the 3-point line. Do you discredit him 3-point shooting? His 3-point shooting?
I wouldn't.
He did play, I think, 2 years where he it was either 1 or 2 years where he played with the 3-point line. I don't discredit it. I don't credit it because he didn't, in majority of his career and his whole prime, he didn't play with the 3-point shot. So I'm not calling him one of the greatest 3-point shooters of all time. I can't.
I'm not saying to call him one of the greatest. You still have to give homage and respect to it. He shot from there. He shot actually consistently from that deep.
Look, he might have done all that stuff. He did actually. He did do all that stuff.
He did.
But a 2 is a 2.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, look, this is my thing, right? Like, you gotta remember what Jordan said. He feels like every era should have their own GOAT, right? Because every era is different.
Okay.
LeBron will spit on anyone from the 60s and he will drop 60 every night. But that's why I have to add context to it that he played.
Are the 80s and 90s that different?
I mean, I didn't.
Now that I think about it, now that you mentioned that, were the 80s and 90s really that different?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I wasn't around in that time.
Nah, not. I don't think
I don't
so.
think it was that different. When I think of the 80s, I think of the 90s. I think it's like the same shit. Just different players.
Look,
Because you brought up a good point.
you just gotta think about eras, right? Jay West was a go in his era. LeBron is a go in his era. You know, I consider greatness
I
as
don't think
like
Jerry West was the GOAT.
a go. Like James Harden is a go of this
Oh.
era. Like Curry, Durant,
Okay.
LeBron, like that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like yeah, you just gotta add context. I don't judge greatest of all time. Just if who would win in a 1v1. I consider what they did and their skill level at that
No,
time.
yeah.
So you think Michael Jordan dominates as much as he did in today's league?
No, I feel like he'd average
Nah, I do.
like
Okay, good.
26.
I agree
I
with
would.
that.
You said what?
I don't
Trey?
think 26. I think 20.
I said, I feel like he would dominate. And
Why you
that's
say that?
because most of the people, like, their game is modeled after his, because most of the people is modeled after Kobe, and Kobe got his game from his. So, you feel me?
But there's also
And
better
he's still
defenders.
pretty athletic, and he's
Yeah,
a
so-
great defender too.
Like,
He's
he'd
still
yeah.
he's basically the godfather of the new generation. Like, they're just taking his game and modifying it.
I
to
know
the
what you
three-point line
mean.
shit. So
I feel like he would easily be a top 10 player in this NBA.
You
Because if we
think he'll
take
be
his
the best?
prime, if we
Well,
take his prime,
I don't think he would have six. I don't think he would have 6 rings though.
He definitely doesn't get 6
But-
rings.
nah. I'd say a calm
Definitely.
three,
Yeah.
3 or 4. Like
The
LeBron.
most is 3.
No. Yeah, look,
The most is 3.
you gotta think about it. Prime Jordan's 3-point shooter was actually higher. It was above average than even in today's NBA. He shot 37.6%. That is actually more than respectable because that's above average. So I feel like Jordan would have a great career, even in this era.
Yeah.
But like I
I
said,
still don't think he's the best.
what do you mean by that?
He's not going to be the best in this era though.
There's an argument
Because
the
you have
reason-
to
we
put
wouldn't
so
even never know. 'Cause,
he'll go
it's
against
kind of different.
he'll go against the best defender of all time. in
who is
Kawhi
that? Who
Leonard.
is that? Oh, Kawhi.
Kawhi.
Perimeter defender.
Best perimeter defender in Kawhi Leonard.
That's
He'll go against
debatable.
the
That's
best
debatable.
shooter of all time, Stephen Curry.
Okay, yeah.
He'll go against one of or the best scorer of all time in Kevin Durant. He go in the best, greatest all-around player of all time in LeBron James. You realize that we have a lot of the greatest of all time.
Yeah, but in the 90s, they had the same thing too. They had the greatest 3-point shooter of all time, Reggie Miller. They had the best defender of all time. At the time, he was.
What?
Who was? At that
Larry
time,
Bird.
He was literally the Reggie Miller.
Larry Bird, bro.
No,
Larry Bird was seen as the greatest shooter of all time.
probably in the 80s, but not the 90s. Look, Reggie
No,
Miller.
in the 90s.
No, he was not, bro.
You saying Reggie Miller
yes,
was the best shooter of all time at that time?
yes, Reggie Miller. Either way was Bird or Miller.
Okay.
What about Chris Mullin?
No, I don't
I
think
mean,
Chris
I don't
Mullin was that.
really. He was like,
You know, it's funny. I met Chris
I don't
Mullin.
know. At the movie theaters, right? I think you told me.
Yeah, man, cool.
Um,
But-
I met Dwight Howard on a Disney cruise.
you said Dwight Howard?
Yeah, on a Disney cruise in 2015.
You never told me that shit. How do you what was it?
Yeah, I
Like,
swear.
what happened?
That's
Bro,
man funny.
like, I promise you, we're literally
Is he a weirdo?
the first time. You said what?
Is he a weirdo?
Oh no. What happened was, right, the first time my cousin said he seen him with his wife and stuff, right? But he didn't want to have a high profile. So I didn't see him. So then we go to the dinner. The next morning, I promise you, me and my cousin playing basketball, we're playing a 5-on-5. All I see is some tall ass dude jump in the sky and block that. He said, y'all got room for one more? I promise you. And then everybody was like, oh, it's Dwight Howard. And then, that was really legendary. But, I left my phone in the room because it was dead.
Damn, bro.
It don't
I
count,
think
man.
my cousin has the pictures, though, but
That
was really legendary.
It don't count, man.
I said it
Nah,
don't count.
my cousin
That's
got the
mad
pictures.
funny,
I'm
though.
not asking for them. That was really legendary times.
That's mad funny.
Nah, but
Um.
what I was saying is that in 10 years we might have the greatest shooter of
So
all
who
time.
was the greatest all-around player at that time
But at the
in the '90s? I feel like Larry Bird was seen as the greatest overall player.
Larry Bird retired in the 90s. He
I
was
know,
like
but
early
like
90s.
there was nobody in the '90s who could compete with Larry Bird as the best all-around player.
We're
The
definitely
only
forgetting
person is
people.
maybe Scotty. It may be Scotty, but Scotty wasn't respected enough
We're forgetting people for sure. I can't really think of anyone.
because Larry Bird could do a little bit of everything. He rebounded, he passed, he scored, he shot the three. He, played defense.
Yeah, I don't know, but
Only
every
person I could think is like maybe Scotty.
yeah, or even Jordan, because Jordan was crazy.
yeah.
So like I said, like every generation had their great. At one point, Reggie Miller was the greatest shooter of all time. At one point, Jordan and Scottie Pippen was the greatest defender of all time. And guess what? They were both on the same team. That helped Jordan a lot, right? They had
But you had two clamp gods.
like they had the greatest scorer of all time in Michael Jordan.
But I
They
just feel
had
bad for Kawhi.
what happened with
Yes,
Kawhi?
Pat Bev, Paul George, and they just like I'm saying, like you see how the Clippers got all that defense. It's not going the way it helped Jordan. Like I feel bad.
Because like Trey, you got to think about it. They like that game went to 6, and they didn't have Kawhi Leonard. I feel like if Kawhi was there, they would have beat the Suns in 5 or 6.
Oh yeah, I told my mother that. I said if Kawhi was there, they definitely would be in the finals right now.
Yeah.
Not even gonna lie.
So
Speaking
you
of
can't really
Kawhi,
blame. You can't even blame the team.
you think of Kawhi.
I mean,
You think
last
if
year we
Kawhi was on the
last year,
Warriors
yeah.
and he never got. I mean, not on the Warriors, but when he was on the Spurs and he got injured, you don't think the Spurs beat the Warriors?
Fuck no.
Why not?
Not if he got injured.
No. If he didn't get injured,
If he didn't get injured,
I feel like people
Because he
forgot,
was-
bro.
what was the series score again?
he was up 25.
It was 0-0, but they were up 22. It was 22. I don't care. It was 25. It was in the 20s. That's all I remember. It was in the 20s.
I know it was 25.
I feel like they probably would have won.
I feel like they beat the Warriors,
Y'all are crazy.
and then
bro.
they lose to the Cavs.
Y'all are, bro.
Bro.
Isn't this the same Warriors team y'all said were the greatest team of all time? May I have him losing to the weak ass Spurs?
They had Kevin Durant on that team,
Yes, they had Kevin Durant on that
and
team.
they still were down 25.
I thought they were talking.
Yeah.
I thought you was talking about the year before.
Wait, hold on. Zaza was not on the team with Kevin Durant.
Bro, he was all of his years were with Kevin
It
Durant,
was
bro.
JaVale McGee.
And Zaza Pachulia.
Zaza wasn't on that team, bro. Let me see. Hold on. I'm gonna search it up.
Bro,
Hold on.
27.
I'm gonna search it up.
But I know I'm correct though. I'm telling you. In 2017,
year
that
was
was
that?
the year, the 2017. Bro, the Warriors would have
Okay.
eat them up, bro. Like just
Hey,
because.
yo.
Listen, let me give you an example. The Cavs and
If Durant was on that team, then they definitely would have won.
Yeah, Durant was on that team. And you could check Jaden. In
yeah.
2016 it was Jaden. Look, 2016 was the Thunder, and 2015 was the Rockets. 2017 was the Spurs. Check it. But I was saying, bro, that
He got his ankle injured by Zaza, so I think Zaza was on that team. With from KD.
in 2017, bro, the Spurs do win that first game, but that's it. Warriors in
KD
5.
definitely was there.
Yeah, see, bro, come on. Like, you still think the Spurs would have won, Trey?
Nah.
Not
on the team with KD.
Thank you. Yeah. If it was that, like, with no KDI, then we have a conversation. But I hate people who think that they would have lost because, like, that team, realistically, they had LaMarcus Aldridge, an Asian LaMarcus Aldridge, right? He was still good, though. I'll give him that. Yeah, Kawhi.
Aging.
Yeah, he was old at that point. He was like
LaMarcus
33.
Aldridge wasn't that old.
He was like 32, 33.
He was, what's his name?
34?
He was
2017.
2017.
think he's 34.
He was
No,
32.
oh, 32.
I mean, Jaden, you
Oh,
said
he's
30 was
still
old.
good.
He's
So
still,
like, but you
yeah,
said
he's
30
still
was
young.
old.
He's still young.
Alright,
And
so how
then they
come?
had Manu. They had Manu, Tony. Only person that was missing was Tim Duncan.
Hold on. So how come last time I said that 30 wasn't
And they
old?
also had DeJounte Murray, who was still coming into his own. They
But
still
you
had
did.
Danny Green, who was really good.
So why when I said Pedro was only 30, you
Pau
said that was old
Gasol.
as
Let me see
well.
Pau Gasol. Pau Gasol was old.
Jaden.
They had Carl, and they had Slow Mo.
I see,
And
right?
Dallas
Yeah,
Bertans.
yeah. Yo.
They
You
had
see
Brian
this? You see
Ford.
this shit?
Yo,
You
this
see
team is
this shit,
actually
right?
good.
This shit is really crazy. This shit is really crazy.
Yo, this team was actually really good.
Answer
Like,
my question though.
actually.
Answer my question though.
Like, actually,
Answer my question though.
because different play styles dictate on the type of player skills. You want me to answer your question? I answered it.
But he was like Pedro was a
Because
shooter.
LaMarcus Aldridge at 32 is better than Peja Stojakovic at 32.
I mean, bro, he was a shooter, bro. Like that was his thing. Like that
What
game
is
is
it?
amazing. That's why Kyle Korver played until he was 39. He was
Bro,
a great shooter.
LaMarcus Aldridge was an all-star that year.
All right, wait. So let me ask you this question again: are the Spurs beating the Warriors?
Yes.
Even when you know KD was on that team?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm a
see,
Spurs
that-
fan.
yeah,
I don't.
Because you have an all-star in Kawhi and LaMarcus.
Game 7 though for sure. Though.
Yeah, it had and the Warriors had the greatest
You
scorer
have
of all
an
time.
all-star. You have playoff experience in Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili. And you
Both
have a bunch of
old
young
as
guys
hell,
that
by
play
the way.
defense.
Let me ask you, both old as hell, by the way.
What was the bench? What was the bench of the Warriors?
I have no idea. Oh, Sean Livingston, Andre Iguodala, JaVale
So all
McGee.
right, so they had Sean Livingston, Ian Clark, my bad, Iguodala, McCall,
Nigga got 3 wings.
Bro,
JaVale.
this is a Spurs fan telling how can you say the Lakers and Bulls don't beat that?
Wait. Hold on.
What?
Verajao never won a ring, right?
Nah.
So he was traded. Damn, that's tough.
Yeah,
right.
look, how can you say this Bulls team and the Lakers team lose to the Warriors, but then the Spurs
Because
beat
there's
them?
always context behind it, bro.
Bro,
Because
but
look,
yes, you need to add the context. That Spurs team
exactly. I'm adding context. So, an example: the Bucks beat the Nets because Kyrie got injured. That's a context. The Suns beat the Lakers because LeBron and AD were injured. The Suns beat the Nuggets because Jamal Murray was injured. The Suns beat the Mavs because Kawhi Leonard was injured. That's what it is. That's literally what it
But you
is.
said
That's
Kawhi beat the Mavs because Kawhi Leonard was injured?
No, I said the Suns.
That's exactly what I heard.
I didn't say
bro.
the Mavs. I never said the Mavs.
Nah, you did. You said the
I said
Mavs.
Yeah,
You
no,
must
you
All
said
right, my bad. I meant to say the Suns beat the Clippers
Yeah, I
because
know what
Kawhi
you
Leonard
meant.
was injured.
That's why I ain't say nothing.
Like,
yeah, bro,
Like,
but
you know-
they would ragdoll that team to death, bro. Like they would play with
they
them.
wouldn't get ragdolled if they was up 25.
They would have lost
How
game
you
one.
telling me? How you telling me they're getting rag? How you telling me they get ragdolled if they was up 25?
All right, hold on. So let me tell you something. I said they'd win in 5. Let me tell you something.
5.
Remember when
That's
the
so
Bucks?
good.
Remember when the Bucks and Celtics? No, remember when the Celtics were supposed to win it all? Remember that?
When?
Remember that year 2018 where they had all the Kyrie,
said that.
Gordon Hayward, Jason Tatum.
I never said that.
I never said you did. Everyone else did, and I believed it too. Remember that year?
I didn't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So remember that they went, they swept the Pacers. They're in the second round, right? They destroy the Bucks, bro, by 22 points, right? And let's say
Paul Pierce curse.
no.
That's the Paul Pierce curse.
No. I'm not even talking about that. You see how they destroyed
don't
them by
remember?
22, right? Yeah, I remember. But you know how they beat them by 22, right? And then the
Okay.
Bucks smoked them the next 4 games. That's exactly what would have happened. It's
No.
one game. Matter
No.
of fact, did you forget how good the 2016 Spurs was? Hold on. I think they were 68-14 or some shit like that. Hold on. They were
So
look
you're just proving the point.
Crazy team.
in 2016, they won 67-15, right? They lost in the
That's
second round.
really good
And they lost in the second round.
to
how-
the best team in the league.
No, to the Thunder.
What are you talking? You talking about 2015, 16?
Yeah. The
So
year
you,
that they
you said 16, 17.
No, I'm giving you an example of why they would get mollywopped by the Warriors the next year.
Okay.
They lost to a team. They lost to the Thunder. This team went 67-15, the second best record in the whole NBA. Lost in the second round. Next year they lose Tim Duncan. How is that team competing with that Warriors team? It just doesn't make any sense.
Because
How?
LaMarcus Aldridge was an all-star.
That doesn't, bro. 4 players though. The Warriors had 2 other all-stars than the Spurs that year. It doesn't matter. You're basically saying that the Lakers team would lose to that Spurs team. That the Bulls would lose to that Spurs team. I'm not saying it would have been a sweep because it wouldn't have. They would 100%. The Spurs would have won the first game. But then you got to remember that it's just one game. It's one game. Everyone has bad start. You can't judge a team off of one bad half. If that was the case, then yeah, bro. Like if that was the case, then every series like wouldn't make sense. If you would have said the Warriors, if you would have said in 2016, if the Warriors would won the first game, right? Because they did 2016. That's like saying the Warriors would win the series because they won the first game. You're talking about a team that had one bad half. You can't equivalate that, bro. You can't.
It was a bad 3 quarters.
It wasn't.
He got injured in the third.
All right. Then a bad 3 quarters.
So look. If you they win the first game, right? All right. So look, you was talking about the Clippers, right? That Clippers team that shouldn't have taken a game from the Warriors. All right.
They took 2
2017,
games.
2018.
Yeah.
Right?
19.
2018, 2019. So that Clippers team, right? It had who? Who did it have?
Pat Bev, Lou Will.
You said 2018-19 Clippers?
Yeah. Pat Bev, Lou
Pat
Will.
Bev, Lou Will, Nicholas Batum, I think. No, Batum wasn't there. Pat Bev, Lou Will.
Those were the main pieces. They were the main pieces.
Okay. So that team, how many games did they take?
2.
If that team could take 2 games, you don't think the Spurs could take 3?
No, Spurs are ass. They would win 1 game max. I'm telling you right now. They would win 1 game max.
What, bro?
You look, this Trey is a Spurs fan.
That Clippers team is better than the Spurs.
2018-2019 Spurs?
So the Clippers are better than the Spurs.
No, they just matched up better.
What Spurs? He's talking about 2018-19
I'm
Spurs?
talking- the year that
2017 Spurs.
Yeah, the year
That was
Kawhi
up
got injured.
25.
This is a Spurs fan. You say you don't watch Spurs game because you find them boring. I find them boring too. Trey's a Spurs fan.
I didn't say
would
there was
know.
one. I just didn't watch Spurs.
All right, you didn't watch Spurs. Trey knows this shit, bro. Like just because Kawhi is not the difference maker. They don't win
What?
this shit, bro. They still lose. They
You said
honestly
Kawhi's not a
still
difference
lose.
maker?
I said
Nah,
like
that was crazy.
I said he's not a difference maker for that series. They'd still lose.
Bro, they take 3 games.
Oh,
They
so
do
they take-
take 3
so
games.
So they take
That's
3
what I
games.
said. That's what I've been
That's what I
saying.
said too.
No, you said the Spurs would have won.
No, I said when I brought up the point of the Clippers, I was like, you don't think they take 3 games if the Clippers take 2? That's what I said, and you said
so.
no.
This whole time, you were saying that the Warriors would still beat the Spurs and not the other way around.
I said in the beginning the Spurs will beat the Warriors, and then as I was doing my research on my phone, which is why it took so long, I started saying the Spurs in 3. I mean, the Spurs take 3 games.
I don't care.
And you was arguing me.
No, you do because you said.
What you mean you don't care?
No, because you said even with KD, the Spurs would have won. Trey, did you not hear that shit, or am I bugging?
Do you?
Nah,
Do you
he
think?
did,
Do you
but
think this?
Yeah,
well, he
see, he
said
did. He did,
Go
he
bro.
ahead,
did
Trey.
research. He did research though.
I had to do research. The
All right, so
Spurs.
let's find
You
it.
don't think Spurs take 3 games,
No, it take one max, in my opinion.
but the Clippers take 2.
Yeah. They just fit, bro. Like,
All right, bro.
just
I'm
how
giving
the
him 3
Heat.
games.
So
You said what?
all right.
So I'm giving him 3.
All right, so it doesn't matter because yeah, I still agreed that the Warriors would have went to the finals.
Bullshit aside. I bought a new hat. It comes tomorrow.
The pink,
Yeah, what
another
hat you
pink
got?
brim hat. Is it another pink brim hat?
Nah, it's a regular, but it has patches on it. So, it's a little bit cooler.
All right.
Also, us boys plan on going out, man. Plan on
That's
going
a
out.
fact. That's a fact.
Wait, when?
Gotta schedule
When
it.
we doing it?
This week,
We definitely gotta go out.
Hell yeah.
This week.
Definitely has to be this week because I go away next week.
To Jamaica, right?
So,
Jamaica.
yeah, man.
I'll figure it out.
Wait, you
I'll
going to
make the
Jamaica
plan.
next week?
I'll make the plan.
Yeah, man.
My parents is definitely going there next week too. That's crazy.
Yes, sir. Where? What part?
Now that I don't know, but I ain't asked because they didn't bother on taking me. Like, what's up with that?
No, you gotta be like, yo, take me, yo.
I bet. So this week we out. I'll make the plans. I'll tell you when we need to be there and shit. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Is there anything more you want to say?
You want to link earlier so he could. You want to link earlier that day so we could just chill before we go.
What are we gonna do though? I don't really know. Cause if we're gonna play ball dressed up like that, like I don't know. Like.
Oh no! I'm not playing no ball.
Yeah, I'm not playing ball. I'm gonna be dressed like some like.
I mean, maybe I don't know. Maybe you could get your rematch in Cold War, Jaden.
Nah, he doesn't play. He doesn't play like a real player. He plays like an AI. So I'm good.
Just for the chat to know.
He sits in one spot with an AUG.
Just for the chat to know, when I played Jaden, I haven't been on that game for like a month, and Trey can vouch because we've been on PlayStation. I haven't been in that game for like a month.
Bro.
And the first game was 30-11.
You sat in one area with an AUG.
The second game was 15-13.
You sat in one area with an AUG. Bro.
I definitely didn't. I did at some point.
You definitely did. You sat in one spot waiting for me with a burst.
I did at some points. I did at some points. Yeah.
Almost all the time.
Nah, I want to
almost all the time. Almost all the time you did. And then you killed me the second on our rematch when I was talking to Trey. So you didn't even let me get my point back.
Because you were looking at, I was not
looking at the screen. I was talking to Trey.
When I'm focused on the game, I'm not gonna look at you.
Bro, you think I'm gonna just stand still and not aim my gun if I know you're coming?
Yeah, like bro, you could talk to Trey.
What?
You can talk to Trey.
Nah, there's no way.
You can talk to Trey while looking at the game. Like what? I'm like, yo, Trey, like, what's good, bro? Like, I'll be.
I wasn't moving though. I wasn't moving though.
I didn't know, bro.
And I didn't even aim.
Either way, I won by 2. It wasn't like it was a 1 kill difference.
Bro, momentum changes a thing, bro. But
I mean, anyway, the first game 30.
You sat in little areas waiting for me with a burst gun that could one tap people. So it's fine. You good GGs.
I mean, after we ended the first time, I said you're better, bro. I don't care. You got it. But then you wanted to play me again. I don't know why. If I said you got it,
I wanted to play again. Cause I don't know, man. But
I said you got it. I beat you by 30-11. But I said you got it, bro.
Why you gotta mention the score?
Because I got to. Because you making it seem like.
So when I get a PS4, and I beat you in the games that you play, I'm gonna mention the score. Like when remember Trey in WWE? Oh, don't worry about Jaden. He don't got it.
Yeah. WWE you won.
Won both of them, man.
We
Well,
all
both
won.
of them,
We all
man.
won. I'm pretty sure we all won at least
We
twice.
do have to do one more. We have to do one more.
Oh yeah, it's a tiebreaker.
But
I got all the characters now, so it'll be more fun.
how you bought them?
It's only $5, so
Oh, okay.
yeah.
All right. So we got scheduled that. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Another successful podcast with the boys.
I don't, bro. I don't even know how long this podcast is. It might be like 2 hours or something. I really do not
This
know.
is definitely. We should have named the podcast "The Boys," man. That was a good name, but you know,
I'm just
we already got the
put it
name.
like just chilling, bro. We talk about Jake Paul boxing.
We talked about everything.
Yeah, bro. Like no, actually,
But,
I'm gonna have to name something about basketball because it's a basketball podcast. But I'm gonna
Yeah.
put in the title something else. I don't know.
Be like finals and more.
Yeah,
Something like
that.
But yeah, man. Another successful podcast. It's been your boy Jaden
Jorge.
and
Oh my, yo, my phone was muted. I was saying my name the whole time. I said Trey. Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
yeah, man. It's been all of us, and we love y'all. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and share the video with your friends. And we out, man.
Oh wait, before we go, like just like that's it. Like Bucks and 7. Jaden,
Suns and 7.
Trey.
Suns in 6 and 7.
No, pick one. Pick one.
2
pick
years
one.
from now, when we have 1 million subscribers, feel me? They're gonna come back to this day.
Nah,
Watch.
no, don't say 6 or 7. It's pick one. Suns and what?
7.
All right. Well, we'll see y'all.
We out, man.
Yeah.